The interesting way it falls out of this week's calendar, the Luach of Tafshin Ayin Hey 5775, is that we have a 3-day Yom Tov, and Parshas Bereishit immediately follows Simchas HaTorah. And I think, besides the fact what Parshas Bereishit means in general, it has an added meaning when it follows immediately a Simchas HaTorah. The reason why we make a Simchas HaTorah, why there is such a Yom Tov, is the Ramah tells us, because we finish the Torah, and we make a Siyum. And Shlomo Melech made a Siyum when he got all of the Torah, when he got all of Chachma. He became the wisest man on the earth to ever have lived and to ever will live. And he made a party when he got this present. So the Mefarshim ask, the commentators ask, why did Shlomo Melech make a party? He didn't do anything. HaKadosh Baruch Hu came to him in a dream, and he asked him, what would you like? Shlomo Melech says, this is what I would like, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives it to him. He didn't work for anything. What kind of party, what kind of siyum is that? A siyum is when you take a mesechta, you want to finish something, and you sweat, and you make time, and you sacrifice energy, and family time, and business time to finish something, and then you have something. That's worthy of a party. But you get it as a present, HaKadosh Baruch Hu just says, here's Shas on your iPod. Well, I have it all. Let me make a party. What's going on over here? But we know that what Shlomo Melech did, of course he wasn't making a party and what he accomplished, because he didn't accomplish much in that stage. But he was making a party as to now he has the ability to know it all. Because now he knows the course. He knows the charting. He knows the path in front of us. He has all of Torah, all of Chachma in the world out in front of him. Now he just has to learn it and conquer it. And when one has that idea, one has that knowledge of what one has to do, what one has to accomplish, that's already a good way there. Because most of our problems why we can't accomplish things is because we just don't know. Where am I going to go? Do I go this way? Do I go that way? Do I try learning this amount? Do I try that amount? Dabble here, dabble there, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And that's the Yitzhar's way of just getting us all to be scatterbrained, with not having a proper idea in anything. But the real tafkid, the real purpose, the real goal is to stick to something, to one thing, and make sure it counts. When Reb Shimshon Pincus was once learning with his chavrusa, and they were learning Maseches Tmura, and Reb Shimshon Pincus had to give a shir that night which he wasn't properly prepared for. So when his chavrusa left for a few minutes, he took out a Baba Kama and started preparing. And his chavrusa came back and he gave him such a look. We're in the middle of Tmura. We're in the middle of this tractate. And you opened up a different tractate? You were involved in a different Masechta? And the understanding is that when you're living something and you're involved in something and that's your goal, then you stick to that. So Shlomo Melech now had a plan. I now know what Torah is. I know what's out there in the world. I know all of wisdom. And now I have to work on learning it and acquiring it better and gaining deeper levels and further understanding and meaning of it all. That was the simcha. Now I have the opportunity. Now let me accept the challenge. We start Parshas Bereishit. We go straight into a beginning, and there the plan is already charted for us. We know what we have to accomplish. There's a whole Torah in front of us. Let's go into it with that vigor, with that renewed energy that we have coming off of a Simchas HaTorah. And we tell HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I'm going to start this, and I'm going to be with it. It's going to be a Bereishit. It's going to be a real beginning. It's going to be a beginning that lasts. It's going to be a beginning with it because I have a plan. And let's make sure that this comes out in all areas of life. That we set up plans for ourselves with a structure, with a goal, and a way to get to that. And then we ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu to give us that siyata d'shmaya. That the same way we've gotten to Simchas HaTorah, let us get us through Parshas Bereishit and all that represents, which is the reishis of the whole Torah. And we go from step to step, from Parsha to Parsha, which is all really just an instruction manual of how to live our lives. And as we get deeper each year with more clarity, more depth, more understanding, more maturity, we'll take responsibility for ourselves where HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants, and responsibility for Klal Yisrael. And the Torah will chart our lives. The Torah will be our guidepost, our light that will shine forth into our daily lives and make us become the best people we come. I'm looking forward, as I'm sure you are, for a wonderful new year with a new cycle as we start the Torah once again. Have a good Shabbos.